Welcome to another Data Crunchers tutorial. Today, we're going to be talking about a very important tool in Microsoft Excel, Pivot Table. Whether you're a beginner looking to get started or you're an experienced person looking to sharpen your skills, this video is for you. Now, Pivot Table is used to summarize, analyze, and present your data like never before. Shall we get into it and see what it looks like? Before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more insightful videos. All right, so let's get right into it. In front of me here, we have a table. The table is for a bank in Nigeria that is holding a convention, and he has some employees from different branches to come over and have talks. Now there are employees from different locations. There's from Lagos, there's from Abuja, there's from Kano, and there are from people from Port Harcourt as well. And there are also different positions. There are cashiers, there's a branch manager, there's marketing assistant, janitor, and regional manager. And all these people have different level of employment. And then the length of employment by months. If I expand this a little bit, you see the months. Yep, by months over there. So let's leave that. Let's title this LOM so it doesn't take that much space. Oh, LOE, length of employment, months. Okay, and this is the salary here for each of these people. This cashier A001 is from Lagos. Is a cashier, is a level 4, been with the company for 14 months, and they earn 160,000 naira a month, right? And there's another employee here, 003 from Kano, is a branch manager, is a level 6, has been with the company for 12 months, and they earn 300,000 a month. Now let's assume the company has a question. They want to know, out of all these people that has come to this convention, what do they get paid? How much is the salary in total? Or people that are in level 4 that are at this convention, how much do they get paid? Or people that are level 6 or whatever, how much do they get paid? Or people that have come from Lagos or Abuja or Kano, how much do they get paid? Or how long have they been in the company altogether? Or how many people from level 4, level 6, or level 1 are at this convention? Okay. Now, a good way to do that, to analyze easily and quickly, will be the pivot table. Now let's try this. Now to get into pivot table, right, for this data that we have here, you just need to highlight anywhere in the table and then go to the top of the screen right here and click on Insert. And by your left-hand side of the top of the table, you will see two things there. You will see three things. There's a table, there's a recommended pivot table, and there's a pivot table. Now, if you click on the recommended pivot table, Excel will automatically highlight everything for you, and then it will show you what it thinks you can analyze from the data presented, right? Now, if we look at what's shown over here right now, there is sum of salary by location. So what it's doing is giving us rows of the 4 locations we have, and it's summed up the salary earned by everybody from each location. So everyone that comes from Abuja, if you add the salary together, from the people from Abuja alone, monthly, the company pays them 1.1 million. If you look at people from Kano alone, the company pays them 720,000 a month, and so on. And things like this is length of employment. People that are from Abuja, if you add their length of employment together, they've worked at the company for 98 months. People from Kano, 50 months, and so on and so forth like that. Now, if you find what you're looking for here, you can, of course, stick to the recommended pivot tables because obviously that saves you stress. But if you want to create your own pivot, if you want to build it from scratch, that's when you come to the the pivot table on the far left. Once you click on that pivot table on the far left, it will bring out this display, right? This pop-up over here. What this is saying is the table range at the top is showing you where it's getting the data from, which is obviously the data that we have on the screen right now, right? If you can see the cell reference here is cell A1 to F21, which is cell A1 over here at the top left, to F21, which is this last column here to this last row here, F21. Okay. Now, it would ask you if you want to create a new worksheet or you want to stay in the existing worksheet. If you stay in the existing worksheet, it will create the pivot table for you on this side or on whatever side you choose. Let's try the existing worksheet. Now, if you say you want the existing worksheet, you have to come here, come into the where it says location, click into it, and click into the cell that you want the worksheet to go into. Right? You click into the cell that you want the worksheet to go into. So, in this case, if it opens up a pivot table for us, the pivot table will load on, it will load from cell H3. So it will display it somewhere around here. But let's use a new workbook entirely. Okay, so click on new workbook. Okay, so it opens up a new workbook for us. If you notice if you notice the table over here, sorry, the sheets at the bottom, we have the sample data that we were on before. We have the sample data that we were on before, and we have the newly created sheet, which is the pivot table. Now, once the pivot table is open, of course, it looks very intimidating right now. You're thinking, if you're a beginner, you're thinking, what's this? I've never seen this before. But it's actually not that bad, okay? If you look to your far right, it shows you all the column titles that were in this data over here. The employee ID, location, position, level, length of employment, and salary. Let's go back to that sheet again. Now, and these boxes at the bottom here, this filter here is used to filter the table to whatever you want or however you want. If you want to filter according to location or according to position or levels or length of employment, you put your filter criteria in there. Now, let's try and build a pivot table. Let's assume the company says, we want to know how many people came to this convention from each of the states or each of the locations. Okay? So we take the location and bring it to rows. If we bring it to rows, what it does is it lists out all the locations here. Yeah? Abuja, Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt is listed out for us. And if we want to now find out how many people has come from each location, we can drag any of these other ones, apart from the one that has a fact in there. Salary has numbers. So if we drag salary in there, it will automatically sum it for us. It sums numbers. We drag any of these ones. Let's drag in employee ID. If you bring in employee IDs to values, what it does is it automatically counts it for you, right? It counts it for you. Let's take that off for a second and let me show you what it looks like if you drag in something that has values in there. So salary, let's say we drag in salary in there. You see what it does? It automatically sums up the salary for us instead of counting it. Okay? But in this case, we were looking for how many people comes from which location. So let's use employee ID. So what that does is it counts the employee ID. So it's saying out of all the people that come to this convention, Abuja people has 6 people, Kano people has 4 people, Lagos people has 6 people, and Port Harcourt has 4 people. Let's say one step further, the company say, cool, out of all those people that's come from Abuja, what are their ranks? What are the job titles? What did they do? Okay, We can then bring in the position, bring it to that same rows. Okay? So it then opens up another row for us, a sub row or sub rows under the rows we have before. So now it's now saying to us that out of the 6 people that came from Abuja, 4 of them is a cashier. Sorry, 4 of them are cashiers. 1 of them is a janitor, and 1 of them is a regional manager. You can, of course, collapse these rows if you want, collapse them like this. So again, it shows us the total count. But if we want to actually break it down, then that's when we open up the rows. Okay. Now let's say we then want to find out of all those people that has come to, let me take this count off for a second. Out of all those people that has come here, how much are we paying each of them? Okay. That's when we drag in salary to values, and it shows us how much is being paid to people that are at this convention that are from Abuja monthly. So in this case, this is like 1.1 million for that one. 720,000 for people from Kano, Lagos, and so on and so forth, like that. And of course, you can also see if you open it up again, you can see what it says there. Monthly, out of all the people that come from Abuja, monthly we're paying the cashiers 640,000. We're paying the janitor 80,000. Probably one janitor, I think, and we're paying the regional manager 390,000. Yeah, that's one janitor. Sorry, that's one regional manager as well. Okay. And let's say we want to take off the salary for a second as well. Let's say we want to see out of all these people that have been here, these cashiers from Abuja, this janitor, and these regional managers, how long have they been with the company? We can drag this length of employment and bring it to values over here. Remember when I said if you bring numbers in there into values, it will automatically sum it for us, right? So what it's done is it's now summed up the length of employment of each of the positions that are in this place. So the Abuja one is expanded over here. So you can see all the cashiers that came into the Abuja, all the cashiers that's come from Abuja, if you add up all the length of employment together, they've been with the company for 81 months collectively. The janitor 8 months and the regional manager 9 months. So if you also want to see how much is being paid to people of certain levels, we can also, bring the levels to row. So we know we have level 1, level 4, level 6, and level 8. How much is the company paying people that are from level 1, 4, 6, and 8 all together, people that are in this convention. So again, we drag. Oh, and by the way, if you check in a box of any column that has numbers, that has integers in there, it will automatically go into values. So for example, let's check the salary box. It automatically goes into values. Which one other ones has numbers? Length of months also have numbers. If you check box that one as well, it automatically goes into values, right? So we're trying to find out how much is being paid to everyone from each level. So we're looking at salaries here. So sum of salary, level 1 people, monthly, people that are from level 1 monthly, the company is paying them 240,000. And level 4 people, monthly, the company is paying them 1,980,000 a month. Now with pivot table, it doesn't really end there. You can also use something called a pivot chart. If you look to your far right, you will see where it says pivot chart. Now, if you click on the pivot chart, what Excel does is it gives you what it thinks you might be looking for, right? But if that's not what you want, you can then choose out of all the things that are listed here, you can choose which one you're looking for, right? But in this case, we're looking at people from level 1, people from each level, how much are they getting paid? We can use something like, a column chart here. Once you click on the column chart, you select it, you click OK. It gives you the chart that you're looking for. And there is other ways you can then format this chart to how you like it. But for now, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that on another lesson entirely. Okay? And that's a wrap on Pivot tutorial. I do hope you found this video very helpful and you're now more confident to use Pivot Table to analyze your data successfully. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful videos. If you have any comment or further clarification, do feel free to leave a comment and I would love to hear from you and see what you created using a Pivot Table. Until then, happy analysis.